Hi everyone, so today's video I'm going to be taking you through the process of getting one of my rabbits spayed. Despite being a tiny 700 grams, Maple's actually over 9 months old now, so she's actually well over the minimum age to get spayed. After giving her a run, I got her a bunny pat lunch ready. In here is some apple leaves, some lemon balm, some fibre sticks and some pellets. My top tips for travelling. First one is plan your route beforehand so that you know where you're going, how long it's going to take, and then hopefully you will minimise stress for everyone. The second one is make sure that you have a nice secure carrier. Also, I sort of hid one of the back panels with a blanket so that she had sort of some space that she could hide up against and people couldn't see in. And then the third one is to make sure that you have lots of yummy snacks and hay in there for them to eat on the way if they want to. So to avoid spending most of the day pacing around, here are some of the things that I got ready before Maple came home. So I've just set up Maple's cage that I'm going to be putting her in tonight when she comes back from her op. I basically put tons of nice soft blankets in there, under there. There's some more towels under there. And also the towels and the blanket under this one are all ones that she's sort of used before that I haven't washed. This was actually the cage that when she was a tiny little baby, when I first got her, that she was in to separate her from the male. So it's still got her smells on. I haven't touched it, cleaned it at all, because actually I wanted it to keep her smell so she feels a bit safer. So I've got her blankets in there, and then I've just put like some hay in the corner because I don't want it all over the place. Obviously it's not the sharpest material in the world, but when she's got quite a big sort of wound on the tummy, you do want to reduce the possibility of anything sort of poking that. So it's just in a little corner there, and I'll keep that topped up. I've just picked her, this is her favourite, some fresh apple leaves from my tree in the garden. Very small tree, albeit. And some lemon balm, because it actually has some calming properties, so hopefully she eats those. And then just this little, very simple toy, just because she probably will get a little bit bored because she's a tiny bit bigger now than she was. But she's only going to be in here for sort of a night, possibly 2, depending sort of how she goes tomorrow. But I will be taking her to work with me anyway to keep an eye on her. And then also if anything needs happening, any pain relief, I've got my vets on hand who can help me, which is great. So yeah, this will be her little hospital cage tonight. So this is my little stash of sort of medications, let's call it, or sort of supplementary feed. She will be coming home with some meloxicam, which is a pain relief, so she'll have that to give, but this is just extra things that you can get without going to your vets for any sort of time. I always have these things on hand just in case anything props up, and I think they're all a really good thing just to have in your little box. I do have a little sort of medication box of things. I will go through all of that at one point, but this is the things that I'll possibly be using all of these today. So first thing, this one. Usually I do go for the Science Selective powder, the critical care, but this is basically the same thing, but it was a lot cheaper, so I just thought I'd try this. So this one, it is like nuggets, but then you just add water if you want it as like the powder. So yeah, it's essentially the same thing as the critical care powder that you get. There's also the oxbow powder as well, which you can get, but it just depends what you want to use. And then also if they start eating solid again, then you can just give the nuggets as they are. And each little one, it comes in a pack of 10, and you get a little instruction booklet with each one. So that's that one. This one, Maple absolutely loves this. It's like a really weird orange colour. Apparently it tastes like carrots. And this one you can just sort of squirt either sort of into the mouth if they let you. She likes to just lick it off, or just put it on like a little bowl or a little plate. But it's essentially sort of liquid fibre. It's got all the instructions in it. We've got some gut stabilizers. Yep, there you go, carrot flavour, and directions for use. You only need a tiny amount of this one, but it's just good thing to have. And then this one you add to the water. It's just some sachets in there. Again, this is kind of the same thing as the Fiberplex actually. It's made by the same people, so I might not use this. I'd probably keep this for sort of if I've got any sort of, hopefully not, but worse sort of stasis situations. But again, it's just got the sort of gut stabilizers and some probiotic. You just add them to water, or you can just syringe it straight into the mouth if they're not. But yeah, I think that was about £10. You can get this for about £8 online, or you can buy it from your vet as well if need be. But you don't need a vet subscription for either of those as well. So yeah, good things to have. So we got Maple back. Just put her in a cage. She's having a little explore. She's actually pretty bright. I'm quite happy. Although she's definitely feeling a bit sorry for herself. Oh, and she's already doing some poops, so that's really good. I think top things with rabbits when they're recovering is keeping an eye out to make sure that they are doing poos. You can see they're quite dark at the moment. They're not going to be great right now, because she's obviously a little bit stressed, but as she sort of calms down and starts to feel a little better, they will sort of gradually go back to normal. But that's a really good thing to keep an eye on, to make sure that the poos, for one, there, and two, sort of going back to like the normal size and colour that you sort of see on a daily basis. She hasn't eaten anything yet since she's got home, although apparently she has been eating at the vet's. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Like I said, this is her favourite right there. She doesn't want it yet, but I'm probably going to come back sort of every half an hour just to check, see if she's eaten something. I don't want to fuss over her too much, because that will just stress her out even more. But just sort of keep a close eye on her from afar. In about an hour or so, if she's probably not nibbled anything, I might syringe feed her a bit of the critical care, but I'm just going to leave her to herself for now, because also where she's doing the poos, I'm happy that she's got something in her stomach. Yeah, just keeping a close eye on her really for now. So I'm just getting her out to have a little look at the actual sort of spey site itself, where they've done the incision. She's got some dissolvable stitches, and there was some glue that was used as well. So she's not really like me sort of picking her up and that at the moment, but I think it's important every day for a few days just to keep an eye and make sure there's no sort of swelling, any sort of redness or anything that's oozing out. If there is, I would take your animal straight back to the vet, because that could mean that it's infected, which isn't good. But you just want to have a little look, like I said, just to make sure that it's still in one piece. If she does start licking it, then she's going to have sort of baby grow on, because with rabbits you shouldn't put a collar on them, because then that means that they can't get to their cecal troughs, which obviously they need to reabsorb those and eat those. It stops them getting to their bum to get them. So it should always be a baby grow. So she likes the pellet stuff, which is good. I still haven't seen her eat any hay, but that's okay. There's plenty of fibre in this pellet liquid stuff, so I'm just happy that she's eating / drinking something, which is good. So hopefully she goes through this. Here's little Maple. So I brought her to work with me today just to keep an eye on her. And then obviously I've got vets here if I need to, which is great. But she's eating some pellets right now. So we've got her fibre powder. She's got some snacks as well. So yeah, she'll be in here today. I'll get her out at lunch to have a little run. She did some poopies. The poos are getting bigger, which is good. But they're still a bit dark. But that's because there's not enough fibre at the moment in her diet. But they will gradually get a bit more golden. To have a yummy blueberry. Nom nom nom. So it's the last day of medication for Maple. She's just got to have her last little bit of Malox. I don't really think she's in any pain anymore, but it's only been sort of 3-4 days, so I'm just going to give it to her one more time. Usually they say 3 to 5 days, and then after today she doesn't have to have any more, so I'm sure she'll be very happy. I've put her on something quite high, so just always keep an eye, but I think it sort of makes them less inclined to try and jump off, although you obviously will have some rabbits that will always just try anyway, so just bear that in mind if you think you're one of those. I probably would do it somewhere very high in case they do try and jump off, but I'm pretty certain that she won't, but I'm keeping my eye on her at all times. So usually they'll mark on the syringe how much you need to give, but I've actually done this one myself, so I know exactly how much I need to give. There we go. Again, she doesn't really like this, but needs must. Hey. Right, so what I will do is turn her round. So the bum is facing me. Give the little hands. She's already trying to say no. So you've got your massive incisors at the front, so just slightly go round. She's going to show you how to fight, aren't you? Come on. I know. I've got to show them how to do it. Yes, I know. Calm down. Calm down. I know. Just this one time and it's done. Yeah. One time. Here we go. That was half of it. Yes. That was half of it. We got a little bit more. Come on. Let's try and keep them nice and tight to your body so they can't wriggle. I know. I'm sorry. Come on. Oh, that went a bit on the face. Come on. Now she's closing her mouth. There we go. I'm sorry. And then I'll get her a treat. Luckily I have treats right here. There you go. See? It wasn't that bad. No. She just gets a nice little reward. Also, well, apparently it tastes a little bit sweet, but it's probably not the nicest thing. You want another one? Okay, you can have one more. There you go. Well done. Good girl. Just quickly show you as well how it's going. You can sort of see the stitches, but yeah, I'm very happy. There's been no leaking, no redness. It's healing very well. There she is. Good girl. One happy, painless, spayed little rabbit.